What is it that attract the law of attraction people, the spiritual people, talk about being easy? Why is that? It's like they want some magic pills or some magic bullets or some magic thing that is gonna make them great, right? And you say you want all the cool things, but you're not willing to put in the work. What are you talking about? I'm keep thinking about this all my life. I mean, not all my life. I meant like there are a notion out there that for in order to become great, what you think that when you become great, it's gonna be easy? Holy that's mind blowing. Like everything that you ever achieve, has it ever come easy? The skill that you develop, has it ever become easy? Whether it's taking care of your kids or being a parent, that shit never easy, man. Taking care of the kids is not easy. That's a lot of time and effort in that crap, man. Cause I know, that's not easy. And people in the law of attraction talk about easy. You know, I was thinking about Will Smith. I was trying to watch his video. I look up to Will Smith. He talked about the law of attraction and he promote The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, right? And it's always stuck in my head about what he say, right? And I was re-listening to what he say, and he talked about the only thing that I see is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on the treadmill. I will not be outworked, period. You might have more talent than me. You might be smarter than me. You might be sexier than me. Well, actually, I think he's pretty sexy. you might you might be all those things, but if we get on a treadmill, you're either gonna get off first or I'm going to die. It's really that simple. The guy is willing to hustle more or it's the guy who just that loose ball. The majority aren't getting what they want or achieving the thing they want in the business is strictly based on hustle. So why is it that, what is this attract, like the really law of attraction people about easy, right? What is it? But they truly don't understand anything. Because, see, people think that just because you know about a certain law, meaning that everything that you ever wanted would be like easy, or, you know, what does easy mean? That you don't have to do anything, you don't have to put in work, you don't have to build the skills, because there are times that you're gonna be failing, right? I think last year and this year I fail a lot, and I usually there are things that why usually I do things so I can, because I look up to Gary Vee, right? And he always talk about buying the jets, right? And he might never accomplish that, right? And there are things why I don't do certain things, because I want to not have the success that people think that I should have. I hold myself back from that. So I put myself in a situation where I struggle the most, because so I can see what would happen, because oftentimes there are things, let's say I have there's multiple decks that I have for Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And there's in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, they call it the meta sheep and the casual, right? The casual people are like where people play for fun. The meta is like where you have certainty that this deck will beat another deck, period, right? But the thing is, it doesn't help me grow, right? If I play that deck, it doesn't help me grow, even though I build it. The only reason why you should build decks, let's say your opponent, because I do this, if your friend have that deck and you're trying to figure out how to beat that deck, build that deck so you can understand it and try to beat that deck. Otherwise, you're not going to understand what he's trying to do, right? And oftentimes I put because you have to become like a mad scientist. You have to put yourself in a situation that you don't like being in. And you're going to have failures. You're going to have mistakes. And you have to deal with that. People say, yeah, but I don't want to deal with the consequences. There are going to be consequences. But you don't get not to do it. See, the problem with law of attraction people, they teach is easy. And I was listening to this song, Push It to the Limit. And what law of attraction is not is that you don't get away from living an easy life. An easy life is a fucking crappy life. An easy life, you don't get the cool things at the end of the tunnel by it's being easy. That's not a cool thing, right? And the journey that take me from here to doing who I am, or the easy don't build awareness, right? Most of the time people talk about awareness in the law of attraction community. Easy don't build awareness. Awareness comes from hard shit that you built. Now, the only reason why I said law of attraction, people don't understand shit for easy. There's a book called Balance, right? It is an extensive study on how the brain really works. And I'll read it for you. You're also on the path to personal transformation, literally. One of the most striking things about modern research on expertise is how the body and mind can be radically altered with the kind of practice with the human body is put under exceptional strain. A range of dormant genes in the DNA are expressed and extraordinary physiological processes are activated. Andrew Eckerson has written, over time the cell of the body reorganized in response to the metabolic demands of activity by, for example, increase the number of, I can't even say that, supply blood to the muscle. But while the adaptability of the human body is impressive, it is the plasticity of the brain that has astounded researchers. In an experiment led by Thomas Albert of the University of Concerts, Germany, for example, was found that the region of the brain responsible for controlling fingers in your young musician grew in the direct proportion to the number of years of training. Further study have uncovered similar transformation in the study of London taxi driver who must pass a famous stringent of examination to gain a license. It was discovered that the region of the brain governing spatial navigation was substantially larger than for non-taxi driver, and that this region continued to grow with additional time on the job. A key aspect of brain transformation is myelin, a substance that wraps around the nerve fiber and that can dramatically increase the speed which signal pass through the brain. A 2005 experiment that scanned the brain of concert pianists found a direct relationship between the number of hours practiced and quantity of myelin. But myelin is not only the theme in the brain change story. Purposeful practice also built new neural connection, increased the size of a specific section of the brain, and enabled the expert to co-opt new area of gray matter in the quest to improve. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So why is it that people talk about easy, but easy doesn't create skills or exceptional, right? It's like they want great things, but they aren't willing to put in the work into it or the effort, and maybe because they are afraid to fail. Because I was reading a book where successful people fail more than you, right? I think that I have failed more on my YouTube channel. Last time a long time ago, I had a YouTube channel, and I put lots of videos out there, tons. I guess it was a little bit better. This one, since I've been making for a long time, it's getting better and better because I put in the work. And also, I have changed as a person right now. I'm starting to not be, because I know that there are people watching me now, and I used to be afraid of that because I was like, oh shit, that's a lot of, I have to deal with that shit. And then now I'm starting to push the boundaries between the law of attraction community, because I don't grow by agreeing with you, like how the law of attraction works. I grow by disrupting the status quo within me and within the law of attraction spiritual community. That's the only way that we can grow as a human being. Because if you want, that's the law of attraction is for, right? It's for growth, for more awareness, more consciousness. But the problem is people aren't willing to do that because they're afraid to make sacrifice. They're afraid to push the boundaries, and if they do push the boundaries, they're gonna either get criticism from other people. They're either Because failures, meaning that they're okay, true failures are within the mind, right? Every failure that we ever have is the consequences of what happened in the mind. And it's like a fight in the mind, and it's like a pendulum going back and forth, right? People who succeed more than you, they have failed more than you. Because after they fail, they learn what works and what doesn't work, right? They learn to pattern recognize the situation. That's pretty much it, right? Human beings are built to learn and to get back up. That's pretty much it. And the reason why I built decks is to taste different style of play. If we don't know that, if I don't know how to play these certain cards, I'm fucked in the game. That's it. I'm fucked by my opponent. That's all wrong. One time I was explaining in situation their perception. Let's say I was explaining this to my brother, where I was playing game with my friend, and that's like, he fucked me twice. And in your head you were like, he fucked you twice? Oh my god. But in your head you're thinking like that, you know what I'm talking about? But in my head I'm just saying he fucked me in the game, like the card game. Fucked up.